सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां गुरुपरम्परां गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो कृष्ण परमात्मने नमः। थर्ड चैप्टर। अर्जुन उवाच अथ केन प्रयुक्तोऽयं पापञ्चरति पूरुषः अच्छन्नपि वार्ष्णेय नादिव नियोजितः। श्रीभगवानुवाच काम एष क्रोध एषः रजो गुणसमुद्भवः महाशनो महापाप्मा विद्येऽहमिह वैरिणम् धूमेनाव्रियते वह्निः यथादर्शो मलेन च वेलावृतो तेनेतमावृतम् आवृतं ज्ञानमेतेन ज्ञानिनो नित्यवैरिणा कामरूपेण कौन्तेय दुष्पूरेणानलेन च इन्द्रियाणि मनो बुद्धिः तस्याधिष्ठानमुच्यते। एतैर्विमोहयत्येष देहिनं तस्मात् त्वमिन्द्रियाण्यादौ नियम्य भरतर्षभ आत्मानं प्रजहिह्येनं ज्ञानविज्ञाननाशनम् इन्द्रियाणि पराण्याहुः इन्द्रियेभ्यः परं मनः मनसस्तु परा बुद्धिः यो बुद्धेः परतस्तु सः एवं बुद्धेः परं बुद्ध्वा संस्तभ्यात्मानमात्मना जहि शत्रुं महाबाहो कामरूपं दुरासरम्। बैकग्राउंड संपूर्ण श्रुति will be on. So after this karma yoga being taught by Bhagavad, Arjuna gets a very very valid question. I understand all this very clearly. Atha kena prayuktoham papam charati purushah. Anichannapi varshneya baladiva niyoji. Anichannapi. Even if I do not want, if I want it, I am the culprit. But if I do not want, something is there within me. You can call जो शैतान अंदर बैठा है, वो मेरे से करवा रहा है. और वो शैतान ऐसा हल्का फुल्का नहीं है. He's a very strong person. उसका पकड़ से निकलना बहुत मुश्किल है. I can feel that, I can understand that. He says, what is that thing which is within me that even if I don't want, makes me do papam? If you look at Duryodhana, it is very clear. Duryodhana says, Janami dharmam nachame pravrittihi, janami adharmam nachame nivrittihi. Very simple. I know very clearly what is dharma, but I don't want to follow it. I know very clearly what is adharma, and I don't want to give it up. He is crystal clear in his mind. Okay, mind is absolutely clear. But most of us, we know that something is incorrect, something is adharma, something is wrong. But there is some force within us which is making this karo. Even if you say no, after a point of time, no karo, it is so strong that it doesn't, your buddhi, your manas doesn't stop, but that overpowers and makes you do it. Baladiva niyodi. It ensures that with full might it will attack you and we fall a prey to it. What is that thing? बोलते ना, पाकिस्तान इंडिया में अटैक किया, प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. If an outsider attacks you inside, there is no problem. But if an insider starts attacking, then you have a bigger problem. Because the insider is never known to be your enemy. Correct? You say autoimmune disease. What is autoimmune disease? The immunity is supposed to protect you. But if the immunity itself becomes your enemy, that it starts eating you, then where do you go? Like that, he says there is something जो अंदर बैठ के छुपा हुआ है, is so strong and comes out that I don't have a control. What is that thing? And Bhagavan says very clearly, yes, it's a very valid point, because why such a question is asked? Very clearly, how does the third chapter more or less end? Before this question is the 30th shloka. Mayi sarvani karmani sanyasya adhyatma chetasaha nirashir nirmamo buddhyasva vigata jaraha. Then indriyasyarthe ragadvesho vyavastito tayona vashamagachet. He clearly mentioned that. And then the question comes. That means na vashamagachet was not understood by Arjuna. He is asking the same thing. Kama krodha is ragadvesha, nothing other than that. Correct? So tauhyasya paripantino, they are your enemies. Now the enemies are not external, the enemies are sitting inside. Okay. So how do we manage this is the question. I understand there is an enemy within me. But who is that enemy and how do I manage it? If I do not know, I will not see. Diagnosis is the first and the foremost effective thing for treatment. If the diagnosis is wrong, then there is no point, you can't do any treatment. Let's be clear. So he is asking for, who is this enemy? How do I understand this enemy? How do I take care of it? How does this enemy work? That is the basic question which Arjuna has got. And Bhagavan starts, he says very clearly, Kama esha krodha esha rajoguna samudbhavaha virashihi, mahashano mahapapma vidhi vidyenam iha vairinam. Enam iha vairinam tvam vidhi. You understand very clearly, my dear Arjuna. That means there is no question or doubt about it. You please understand this is a fact. What is a fact? Eshaha kamaha, eshaha krodaha. Now these two are the culprit. Okay. One Mr. Kamaha and one Mr. Krodha. These two people are the foremost culprits. They are within you. They are the ones who are eating you, and they are the ones who are very, very strong. Okay, they make you do papa. Now he says, what is their nature? What is their nature? Unless you understand, for example, if I am attacked by COVID, I need to know the symptoms by which at least I can diagnose that there is a probability of COVID. Correct? If I have a joint pain at the leg, and if I go and ask the doctor, do I have COVID? Correct? So the lakshanam has to be very clear. What is that lakshanam? And the lakshanam very clearly given by Krishna is Rajoguna Samudbhava. They propel you into action. They are action oriented. First understand that. If anything which is making you simply sit quiet, calm, I want to do dhyanam, is also a raga, is also a desire. But that is not Rajoguna Samudbhava. It is not bad. So every desire need not be bad. That is why dharmika desire, legitimate desires, in the right time, in the right place, in the right situation is perfectly okay. Right? But all the things which are wrong time, and if you allow it to grow, then it becomes an enemy. Okay. So he says very clearly, the one desires which are Rajoguna Samudbhava, they are coming out of your Rajas character. That guna is embedded in them. And we have seen Rajoguna. Where does this Rajoguna come very clearly? In Tattva-bodha. Where does Rajoguna come in Tattva-bodha? Not desire. In Panchikaranam where? Akashasya Rajasamsha. Go. Where does it come? Rajoguna. Can't help it. Can't help it. Book have become knowledgeable about Tattva-bodha. You carry anything but carry Tattva-bodha in that will solve most of your problems. Well, it's very, very clear.
The evolution of Rajas aspect.
What is it? Pancha pranaha sambhutaha. So prana, pancha prana is Rajoguna. That is why it moves. Prana, apana, vyana, udana, samana, if it stops, Ram Nam Satya. Very clear. Its job is to move. Okay, then after that, one more line comes. बंद करके रख दिया. हाँ. No. Go to Raja only. After prana, anything is written?
No.
Okay, then go to Pranamaya Kosha now. Go to Pranamaya Kosha. You will connect it there. Pranamaya Kaha Pranadya Panchavayamaha Vagindriya Agindriya Panchakam. Okay, after that, Manomaya. Manomaya. Okay. What is Annamaya? Correct. Okay. Pranamaya is Pranadhyaha Panchavayavaha Militva Yo Bhavati Sa Pranamaya Kosha. Karmendriyas very clearly now. You understand?
Yes.
So unless your Pancha Prana are connected to this Indriya, the Indriyas cannot function. They are the fuel to the Indriyas, Karmendriyas to function. And how is Prana? Rajoguna Samudbhava. You understand? That is why desire, if it is only in the mind, it is an atom bomb. The moment it makes it action oriented, then only that desire actually is getting manifested out. Okay, that action oriented can be continuous thought in the mind is action oriented. Huh? What is Upasana? Definition of Upasana. Start connecting. How many years over now? Start connecting. Otherwise, notes after notes. What is Upasana?
मानसिक
Puja.
मानसिक
Kaikam karma. Is karma. Manasam karma. Upasana. So Manasam karma. Action oriented in the mind. I keep thinking about it again. Karma. Very clearly. Don't you need Pancha Prana for it? It is not Rajoguna, 100% Rajoguna Samudbhava. Okay, so very clear definitions are there. When desire comes, if you just leave the desire, जैसा मक्खी दूध में गिरा उसको उठा के बाहर निकाल दिया, दूध पी लिया, वो मक्खी उधर ही पड़ा है, मर जाएगा. कुछ नहीं है, there is nothing in it. But the moment you propel it, it will start working. And once it starts working, it is action oriented. And that is why he says Rajoguna Samudbhava. You have to fuel it. If you don't fuel it, it will not work. Clear? We'll see how it comes. Later on it will come in detail. But understand here that he says Rajoguna, its nature is action oriented. Either mental action or physical action or verbal action. Some action oriented, this desire will always manifest. What? Desire and Esha Kamaha, Esha Krodha. Both are action oriented. If I get totally angry on someone and I just keep quiet and I don't tell anything and I don't act. Inaction is also an action.
Yes.
Restraining action requires a lot of effort. That is inaction, right?
Yes.
We show na chup baithe. Children understand कुछ तो गड़बड़ है आज मम्मी बात नहीं कर रही है मतलब कुछ गड़बड़ है. How much of effort is required for it? Rajoguna Samudbhava. Because that is not the natural way. Correct? And you are deliberately restraining your indriyas to manifest out as communication. Because you want to communicate that I am not happy. Correct? So this desire to communicate is coming out as inaction on the bodily part, which is a normal action. Rajoguna. Are you able to get it, or is it confusion? Clear? Okay. So Rajoguna Samudbhava, that is the nature of this two enemies sitting inside you. The first line I am deliberately telling, Eshaha Kamaha, this Mr. Kamaha, this Mr. Krodha, both of them are Rajoguna Samudbhava. And how they work? Maha Ashanaha. उनका भूख आप मिटा ही नहीं सकते हो. Ashanaha means hunger. They keep on eating. आप कितना देते जाओ और खाते रहेंगे. Maha Ashanaha. They keep on consuming. Okay, till you will get fed up and you will say, I can't now, I have given up. but they will not give up. Mahapapma, they will make you do all the papa which you don't want to do. Enam iha vairinam tvam vidhi. They are your enemies, that you understand. Okay, now I gave the meaning so that you understand properly grammatical English. But that is not the way it is given here. We will look at little grammar. It is necessary to look at grammar because very intelligently Krishna and Vyasacharya has put this statement. First they say Eshaha Kamaha, Eshaha Krodha. If I say I and my friend, how will you say? We both are coming, we both are going, correct? You will not say I and my friend, I am coming. Will you say that? I and my dress, will you say we both? When I say I am coming, have I excluded the dress? Okay, see, this is how you have to analyze and understand this. So when you say two things are there of the equal level, you give equal importance to both. If two things are there of unequal level, you give importance to the higher one and leave the lower one. I and my shadow. I don't have to say I am coming and my shadow is coming. Okay, although they are two separate entities for us to see, it is still one is dependent on the other and the other is independent. My dress is dependent on me and I am independent. So I can always say I am coming. It means that my dress is coming. Is it clear? But here the situation is not that. Eshaha Kamaha, Eshaha Krodaha, both have been given equal value. Okay, we are trying to do a little hair splitting exercise. How kaisa khela hai? The first line is very beautifully. First 1/4 of that line he says Eshaha Kamaha, Eshaha Krodha. This Kama and this Krodha. Okay. Then he says Rajo Guna Samudbhavaha. In Sanskrit, you have got Ekavachana, Dvivachana, Bahuvachana. Ramaha, Ramau, Ramaha. So if two are there, it should be Dvivachana. Correct? How can you have we both and only singular? Because the next Rajo Gunaha, Ekavachana. Samudbhavaha, Ekavachana. Samudbhavaha, Samudbhavau, Samudbhava, it should be. So, Kama, Krodha, Samudbhavau, it should be. Ekavachana. Mahashanaha, Ekavachana. Mahapapma, Ekavachana. Vidhi, it is to Arjuna. You understand. Vairinam, Vairine, Vairinani. Neuter gender. Vairi. Okay. Vairinam, Ekavachana. Except Kama Esha, Krodha Esha, where he bought two things, later on he says, that guy, that guy, that guy. That person. Instead of both of them. Are you able to get that? What are we to understand from this? Are they two different or same thing with two names? नहीं समझ में आया? No, shirt pant अलग है. If you
both are going together and appearing as one.
नहीं, both are going together मतलब you are the person who is going.
Kama is originating the
Will not, but they are two or one.
Considered as one because they are always together.
Then they are two or one.
Shirt pant अगर shirt pant नहीं आता ना तो shirt pant दोनों के साथ.
Two sides of one coin only. Dependent.
That makes more sense. Shirt pant, when you say you are with reference to you, independently shirt and pant never goes together. When you say shirt pant, it is with reference to you as an individual. That's where you get a priority as one. Shirt pant comes two separate, but both of them are of a lower value. But if you say two sides of the coin, can anytime you have only one side of the coin?
No.
Are you able to get this? Right? So, the moment you say two things and the moment you tell that guy, you have to understand that at one time you call this person by this name, on the other time you call the same person by another name. So kamaha is desire seen from one perspective. Krodha is the same thing which gets manifested when seen from another perspective. Are you able to get this? And that is why it logically fits to us saying that, if desire does not get fulfilled, I will get angry. Because now it is interdependent. Okay. So who is the main culprit here?
Come on.
So although Krishna has talked of Krodha, he is referring to only one enemy which is called Kama, which sometimes manifests as Krodha, but understand that it is Kama only. Where is the doubt?
No doubt. Like, you don't got another shloka where he from this Mohan Bhagavad
Will all come.
into that somewhere, right?
It will come. Second chapter it has come.
So that is how that connection.
Correct. One leads to the other leads to. So that is a sequence.
Yes.
So this is the basic guy. Take care of the basic, the rest of the chain is gone. If you want to take care of Krodha, don't bother about Krodha. Take care of Kama. That guy is that Baladiva Niyojitaha, one guy who is sitting inside and trying to do everything. Okay. Now, how are they working? See, first is you have to understand the diagnosis. Who is my enemy? What is the nature of my enemy? Correct? I have understood my enemy is called Kama. Sometimes वो एक मुखौटा पहन के आता है which is called Krodha. तो वही है, अलग नहीं है. Cause with time is called effect. Cause and effect are the same, no different. Only with time we call these two as two different names, but both are the same. Why? The effect is the cause, next cause for the next effect. So it is cause or effect. For me to differentiate, I call it two names. Otherwise, it is the same. Getting it? Same way, this Kamaha is Rajogunatmaka. मतलब वो चुपचाप एक जगह बैठने वाला चीज वैसे नहीं है, वो समझ लो. Why is he telling this? We will understand this part, whether it is desire or not, only by the lakshanam which we feel. Unless it gets manifested as a lakshanam, you will never know it is that. Okay, simple. You just see something, very चलते चलते कुछ देख लिया और मन में बैठ गया वो. You come home. You know, I saw such an advertisement. अच्छा, is it so? Okay. उधर चुप नहीं रहते हैं. 2 दिन के बाद, what do you think about the advertisement? जिसने, अरे देख लिया वो हो गया, छोड़ दो ना. नहीं, but there is meaning in it. There is something in it. Why don't you consider it? What does it mean? It is sitting inside and started doing its work. Rajoguna Samudbhava, it is doing its work. Correct? Then, where it has to go and do its work at a place. See, when we say COVID has attacked me, COVID needs a place where it has to attack. Generally, it has attacked नहीं बोल सकते. There is a war between Russia and Ukraine. Okay, this portion of Ukraine has got attacked by Russia. So you have to know where is the enemy's base camp, where they go, and they are the strongest. Why? They will go to the strongest place only. Any other place you will search for it, it is useless. So here now Krishna says, identify the enemy. This is your Mr. Enemy number one. This is the nature of the enemy. Understand these two. Okay. First, Kamaha or Krodha, it can come out as whichever way. But Krodha means Kamaha only. Then, it is Rajoguna. चुपचाप बैठने वाला नहीं है. तुमको चुपचाप बैठने नहीं देगा. Either mentally, physically, verbally, something it will make you do. Third, तुम उसको घास दिया, खाते ही रहेगा, खाते ही रहेगा. You will never know when it has swallowed you. Okay, and it will make you do everything what you are not supposed to. So this is the guna, the property of this enemy. Understand that. Then, now he is going to talk about how does it impact you. How does it impact you is the next one. After that it tells where does it impact you. कोविड आया, कोविड का लक्षणम समझ लो. हाउ डज इट इम्पैक्ट यू. खांसी आएगा, बुखार आएगा, योर all those, this is how it impacts you. Where does it impact you? On your lungs, on your respirator. Answers are different. So each loka is dealing with very clearly about the enemy, so that you are fully aware about that enemy and you know what you have to do. So it is equipping each person to understand. Just we can easily say, desire is bad, but that doesn't mean anything to anyone. It is only lip service. Where it is working, how it is bad, how does it work, कैसा हमें खोखला करता है, where should I look upon it to work on it. See, finally, what do I want? I want to overcome it. Where should I look and work on it? I say, तलवार चलाते रहो, it will be useless, right? So you have to understand where is its base camp, how does it work, and then that is why when you go to a doctor, doctor will check and after that says, try to cough and see, oh, lungs seems to be congested. You need an antibiotic. Why? It has already attacked. That is the base place where it has attacked. Now I need something to counter attack that. So you should know that, right? Then that is why this diagnosis is what this 3 or 4 shlokas is very clearly. Understand it very clearly. Then what to do we will see. But if you have not understood it, you will not be able to do anything about it. Right? So the next shloka he says, धूमेना व्रियते वह्निः. यथादर्शो मलेन च यदोल्बेनावृतो गर्भः तथा तेनेदमावृतम्. Now, this Kamaha, when you say, has got many other names. We call it as Raga. Okay, Raga equal to Kamaha. Okay, now this, when we say it is Maha Ashanaha, जितना भी दो खत्म नहीं होगा, because there is a very strong thought in people. Little satisfy your desire. Over a period of time, we will mature out of it. It's a wrong thought. Let's be clear. Good or bad or otherwise, whatever is that desire, उसको थोड़ा भी बढ़ावा दिया, over a period of time you will never mature out of it. You will only get further encouraged. Okay, it's like when you pour ghee into the fire, how can you say that the fire will get gouged off? It is not possible. It will only flames will only go. It is just not possible. So that is why it is Mahashana. Okay, we have seen this, I think. निस्वो वेष्टि शतं शती दशशतं लक्षं सहस्राधिपः लक्षेश क्षितिपालतां क्षितिपतिः चक्रे शतां वाञ्छति चक्रेशः पुनरिन्द्रितां सुरपतिः ब्रह्मं पदं वाञ्छति ब्रह्मा शैव पदं शिवो हरिपदं चाशावदिङ्को गतः. A nice way to tell there is no end to it. This poet is saying Ashavadim ko gataha. Ashavadi, if that desire is there, where is the end to it? Where is the end to it? That is how he ends that poem. Say Niswash Veshti Shatam. Person who does not have anything, pauper, bankrupt, कुछ नहीं है उसके पास. He says मुझे 100 रुपया तो दे दो. 100 रुपया मिला. शतम शती दश शतम. I want to make it 1000. Correct? दश शतम लक्षम. Okay. Sahasradhipaha, Adhipaha, Sahasradhipaha, thousands. Adhipaha means I want to become the king of thousands now. After Laksha. Laksheshaha Kshitipalatam. If I become a Lakpati, then what I want? एक छोटा सा जगह Kshitipalatam. Okay. Kshitipatihi Chakreshataam Vanchati. From MLA I want to become the Prime Minister now. Correct ना? तो हमें क्या दाल रोटी चाहिए उसके लिए सेवा के लिए है. That is what we hear. What is in the mind? Very clear. Okay. Chakreshaha punarindritam surapatihi. If you have become a Chakreshaha, Chakravarti, I want to become now Indra. Correct? Indratam surapatihi brahma padam vanchati. If you are Indra, you want to become Brahmaji. If you are Brahmaji, Brahma Shaiva Padam. I want to become Shiva. Okay. Shivo Hari Padam. I want to become Vishnu. Where is it going to end? So you start with 100 rupees. You are ending at, there is no end. Even Vishnu is like question mark. उसका आगे कुछ रहेगा तो मुझे वो भी चाहिए. And that's how this desire works. That is why Mahashanaha is this and Mahapapma. Okay. Now, this is very much, see, all our Upanishads and everything have very clearly come out that this one thing is the most important, because if you take care of this, many of the things are taken care. In general, this desire, kama, is taken care, everything gets taken care. Okay. Now, Paranchikani vyatranat swayambhuhu tasmat parang pashyati nantaraman. This is your Upanishad, very clearly, Kathopanishad. The way Kathopanishad says is Paranchikani vyatranat swayambhuhu. Oh Brahmaji, why did you create me like this? That I am always outward looking. My eyes are outward looking, my ears are outward looking. Paranchikhani vyatranat swayambhu. I am tired of you. Why did you create me like this? Tasmat parang pashyati na antaratma. I always am outward looking, never inward looking. Why is this outward looking? Kama esha krodha esha. Are you able to get that? Okay. That, from where is this desire coming? Where is it coming? This needs a little understanding of very clearly. We need to think about it. Very easily we say desire. From where is this desire coming? Have you any time thought? Survival. Survival doesn't have desire at all. Tell me which animal has desire. Survival is program. If I have to go, I will go and eat. अभी जिसको खाना ही नहीं है किधर भी वो दूसरे से छीन के खाता है उसे चोरी नहीं बोलते. इट इज सर्वाइवल.
Effective Rajaguna.
Hey, Rajoguna, from where is it coming?
Rajoguna is you want
Incomplete.
I am incomplete.
Atrupti.
Truptikaratvam. Dukkha mishritatvam. That is what is creating the problem. If you are simple, आपको इधर बिठा के अच्छा खाना खिलाया, पेट भर के, best हो गया. Even one morsel cannot do. After that, the best item, if it is what which you like it a lot, will you eat at that time? Why? Enough. Triptaha, triptasmaha. I cannot eat even a morsel. So the moment I feel I am complete and I don't need anything from external world, then that tripti is there. When that tripti is there, desire will not be there. The moment that is not there, if we believe that the external world is going to give me happiness, I want it. What is desire? This is the world, something is available, this is me, I don't have it. I feel I will be better if I possess it, and that relationship manifesting is called desire. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Does anyone desire to know the 25th planet in this universe? Even one person, why? Why? I am complete even without it. Suppose if I say there are 10 planets which have been known, there is a 11th planet called Poseidon. Someone is searching for the 12th planet now. What is your desire? Someone may not have, but someone will say, अच्छा 12th है क्या? मालूम तो पड़े क्या है? Correct? 25th planet, no one will have any desire. Which is little at least reachable, even as a thought, even as a probability. Even if you are not exposed to it, the desire can come. Yes or no? Correct? Not at all possible. But if I can superimpose and imagine, a desire comes. 80-year-old lady wanting to look like a 20-year-old lady is a desire, very much knowing that it is impossible. Correct? A 60-year-old man wanting to be a handsome 20-year-old person is a desire, knowing very well it is not possible practically. But that desire can be there. Okay, so when you say that desire only reflects incompleteness in me coming through that particular thing called desire. Only where you feel incomplete, the desire will be there. 10-year-old child, बलून के साथ खेलने का थोड़ा तो डिजायर रहेगा, 20 के बाद बिल्कुल नहीं रहेगा, 5 साल का बच्चे को बहुत रहेगा. Balloon remaining the same, situation remaining the same, age has mattered there. Correct? So the need is very specific to that person. And if that need, that without the balloon I am incomplete, is how much is for the child, is not at all there for an adult. The only difference is balloon gets replaced with something else. But the equation still remains the same. Is it clear? Correct? So when we say desire, it is actually not desire. It is that incompleteness in me which is manifesting out as a need to get more closer to completeness. If I have it, I am complete. If I have this, I am complete. If I don't have this, I am complete. The desire to give up something, that is also a desire. If I don't possess it, I am better off. That's also a desire. Whichever way. So that completeness and incompleteness is the cause which is pushing and propelling the desire. That is why a jnani who feels who is complete inside will have no desires, logically. Correct? Don't, for that we shouldn't no mistake that jnani will not have hunger at all. He will not desire to eat food at all. No, no. That is stupidity. Body requirements are body requirements. That is more as a basic level. Breathing. I wish to breathe so that I continue to survive. Will you call it a desire? No, it is a survival instinct. But if you say that no, I want this quality of air, I want this type of food, I want it to be like this, then all these are desires. The difference between a beggar's do waqt ka roti and the politician's do waqt ka roti. Do you understand that difference? Dono do waqt ka roti bolte. But that do waqt ka roti is with a lot of other things, where here it is, I want something to fill my stomach for survival. So jnani ends up being like a basic instinctive requirement, that's it. But that cannot be considered desire. Because you have to live till you die. I have to eat, I have to drink, I have to wear some clothes if required, based on the society. If he is going to be in Himalayas, he doesn't have to even wear that. Where no one is there, he doesn't have to wear that, so no problem. So from a jnani's perspective, desire is out of his dictionary. Is it clear? From jnani's perspective, to get jnanam is also a desire. Why? I am incomplete without this jnana. Is in my mind. Reality is different. In my mind, I have superimposed that I am incomplete without this Atma Jnanam, and hence I want Jnanam. It is a desire. Is it clear? So desire doesn't go with good, bad or anything. That feeling of completeness and incompleteness decides the desire. So understand that first. Very clearly, the nature of desire has to be understood. Okay. Now once we know this desire, where is it? How is it working? Okay. Dhumena vriyate vannihi yathadarsho malena cha yad ulbhena avrato garbha tatha tenetam avratam. Okay. How do we break it? Dhumena avriyate vannihi yatha adarshaha malena cha yatha ulbena avrataha garbha tatha tena idam avratam. Is it clear? Pada Vibhaga is clear? Shloka number 38. Okay. Dhumena avriyate vannihi yatha adarshaha malena cha yatha ulbena avrataha garbha tatha tena idam avratam. Yatha dhumena vanni yatha च मलेन आदर्शः आव्रियते यथा उल्बेन गर्भः आवृतः तथा तेन इदम आवृतम्. It was better in online class. Correct? No one had to say anything. Here I am able to see the faces. So when it comes to grammar, I can see. थोड़ा वो बोलते ना कैस्टर ऑयल पी के बैठते हैं वैसा सब लोग बैठ गए. कुछ आवाज नहीं, कुछ बोले तो सर आगे बोलने तो फिर मुड्डी उठाएंगे. हाँ. यथा धूमेन वह्निः आव्रियते यथा च मलेन आदर्शः आव्रियते यथा उल्बेन गर्भः आवृतः तथा तेन इदम आवृतम्. This word avrita is coming very regularly here. Avrita means covering. Covering. Avaranam, covering. Okay. Avritam, avaranam means covering. Gift wrapping, in short. Right? Now, 3 examples have been given very clearly by Krishna here. And why did he give 3 examples? We will see that later. He says, so many a times when you want to communicate a knowledge, which type of jnana sadhanam he has used here?
Assimilate. Upper class.
What is it called? Upamana pramana. Upamana pramana. Okay? He has used Upamana pramana. 3 examples he has given to show how this enemy called Kamaha covers what. If you say cover, something has to cover something. Correct? What is covering what here first? Let us understand that. How does this fellow work? It comes and covers. Which fellow covers? Kamaha covers. What does it cover? Jnanam avritam. My knowledge it covers. If I am ignorant about it, it is not called covering. You know why? If I am ignorant about it, the desire itself will not be. Only when I am knowledgeable, the desire comes. Correct? Whatever is recorded only can be played. If there is no recording, nothing can be played. So if you are saying that I have got a desire, that means I have got a knowledge. What is covering? My desire has covered the knowledge. How is this type of covering? He gives a first example. Yatha dhumena vannihi avriyate. Dhuma means smoke. Vannihi means fire. As the smoke covers the fire, how many people have gone into chemistry labs? At least in 10th standard. Surely all of them.
Yes.
And there you have got a burner. The Bunsen burner. Now in that Bunsen burner, there are 2 types of flames which are possible.
Yes.
Which are the 2 types of flames?
Blue flame. Yellow.
And yellow flame. Blue flame is called what flame? Oxidizing flame. And yellow flame is called? Reducing flame. Now, what is the color of fire actually? Blue or yellow? You never said orange here. You said a blue flame is there and you said a yellow flame is there. Where did orange, red and all come from? What is the color of fire? Orange. Do you see orange in your Bunsen burner? No, then? There is Shraddha. Upajiva Pramanya Swata Pramana. Where is that? You have seen it, you have worked with it and you are talking of something else. Shraddha is not there, that means no. Okay, come back. So what is the color? Blue is correct or yellow is correct? Both are correct. Okay. Why does the blue become yellow?
Oxidation.
Lack of oxygen.
So what happens?
So color changes.
Right.
The fuel is not being burned properly.
So what happens?
The smoke is making it.
So that carbon monoxide forms a film. And when it forms a film, that blue color or colorless flame, many times it is colorless. आपको बर्नर चालू रहेगा तो देखेंगे तो सामने से दिखेगा ही नहीं. It's only from an angle when you see some blue color is there. Actually fire doesn't have color. आप हाथ रख के देखना, purely fully oxidized flame will not have color at all. थोड़ा bluish tinge जो दिखता है because some diffraction happens. Otherwise in reality there is no color. When there is a carbon monoxide enveloping that flame, the flame becomes yellow. And it is so close to each other that you will never be able to separate. In that burner, you will say there is no smoke at all. Smoke आ रहा है क्या? कभी नहीं आता है. But यही हवन में रहेगा तो you see the yellow one. And
Actually.
because there is no same at the same time you apply some with your hair dryer, you apply air. What happens? It starts becoming blue. Why? It gets fully oxidized. Enough air is available. Exactly. It depends on the fuel what you are using. The color and all will be there. Complete combustion happens or chemistry apart. But smoke envelops the fire. Okay. And if smoke envelops the fire is clearly visible. Homan dekh lo. When there is smoke enveloping the fire is clearly not visible. What is fire? Knowledge. Illumining. Correct? What is smoke? Dhundla. Which doesn't give clarity. उसे धुंधला बना देता है. आवरण. Okay. Now how do you remove it? How do you remove it?
Burn it more properly.
Wow, what do you mean burn it more properly? Actionable. Actionable. क्या करना चाहिए बोलो.
Remove the.
कैसा? मिस्टर स्मोक निकाल दो. Only fire रखो. कर सकते हैं क्या?
You bring in air.
Purify the knowledge.
You bring in air.
हवा मारो और कुछ नहीं है. Fan it. That is the only answer you have. So you, by which the smoke, by nature will go. When you fan it, the smoke which has got generated by nature will go, and also the fire will get more oxygen to burn properly. What we do, okay, it is not just only for the oxygen, but available smoke को disperse करने के लिए also that air is useful. Is it clear? So धूमेन आव्रियते वह्निः. So वह्निः, how it is covered with the smoke. What do? हवा मारो, smoke goes, fire is visible. How much effort is required? Little effort. That smoke gives how much of a problem? Little problem. Okay. One example. Clear. Like that, my knowledge is covered by my desire. So what I need to do something to remove this desire enveloping my knowledge, so that my knowledge is clearly available to me when I want. So I have to put some effort, foo karke, remove this desire. Something I have to do, but a little effort is required. Is it clear? Next example. Yatha darsho malena cha, yatha adarshah malena avriyate. Avaranam is a constant thing, covering. So we have decided to go for 1 month छुट्टी पे. घर वर लॉक करके जाते. You go out, पूरा 1 महीना मस्ती मजा सब करके you come back, and first after coming back what does the lady do? जो नहीं करते हो सब बोलो मत. अंदर आने के बाद पहला क्या करते हो? Okay, you, that is coming in procedure. After that
Sit down. Sit down.
पहला जाके there is a mirror to see how do I look. मेरा रूप में कितना चेंज हुआ है. काला हुआ है, गोरा हुआ है, ये हुआ है, वो हुआ है. Yes or no? Ladies tell, no, don't tell me no बोल के. यथा आदर्शः. So first you go in front of the mirror to see. Now what will be the condition of the mirror? समझ में आ रहा है? So now what happens? Oh, सब बंद करके यार फिर भी इतना dust. I am fed up of this place. Every time construction going on everywhere dust. You lock everything and go, still dust. बोलते बोलते क्या करोगे? Very good. So you take a cloth. What happens? Is it? One wipe and clear.
No.
Then from here it transfers there.
Yes.
Then what you do? उधर से इधर थोड़ा 2-4 बार इधर उधर सब हिलते रहते हैं और कुछ नहीं होता है. फिर गिल्ला कपड़ा, फिर some paper, कुछ ना कुछ करके you have to put more effort to remove this thin film of layer of dust which is sticking onto the surface of the mirror. Compared to remove the smoke, how much effort do you need to put here? Clear? Yatha adarshaha malena, I need to put some effort, then I can see this jnanam very clearly onto the mirror. I am that Brahman still looking the same way in front of the mirror. Hopefully. Hopefully, yeah. नहीं तो उधर भी देख रही हो क्या करेगा? Oh my God, कितना टैन हो गया है बाहर जाके है तो ऐसा. Next layers will come out. Avaranam. Correct or not? Another avaranams have to come now. Otherwise problem. चलो ठीक है. Anyway, so second example is you need to put more effort to remove this covering. Now the third example he gives. Yatha ulbena garbha avrtaha. Ulba means fetus. Garbha means your uterus or the womb. Okay, womb. Yeah, that's the right word. Ulba is the fetus. Garbha is the womb. Okay. Now this garbha is required to protect the ulba. Correct? How long? How long? Permanently required?
No.
9 months, 10 months.
Correct? Whatever that 9 months, 9 days, whatever is required, that garbha needs that. The ulba needs the garbha. And once the right time comes, it is bad for the ulba and the garbha to cover each other. It has to be removed. Now to remove this ulba from the garbha, how much effort is required? Not only that, to maintain the ulba into the garbha for 9 months, how much effort is required? After that, the effort to remove it out, after that, enough. Next year, another. Yadol vena vrato garbha. Okay, now. Tatha, in such way, kamaha jnanena avratam. Either like smoke covering the fire, or the dust covering the mirror, or the fetus being covered by the womb, like that, the knowledge is covered by a thick layer of kama. First example, thin layer of kama. Second example, thicker layer of kama. Third example, concrete kama. Are you able to get that? So the effort required at each to break this avaranam is also that much different. Note, why did Krishna give these 3 examples? One who is sattva guna will have because that person is very alert, is a viveki, knows dharma, adharma, atma, anatma. He will ensure that this can come, but he will be very alert. Chaukidar hai, internal chaukidar hai. Immediately will be alert and work on it quickly to remove the avarana. Sattva guna pradhana is like fire and smoke. Rajo guna pradhana yatha darsho malena cha. And what to talk about the tamo guna pradhana? Yadol bena vrato garbha. So based on the effort, it is for individual to understand this particular desire which I have is of what guna? Some people love to tell, I am this way only. You accept me or not, I am this way only. Yadol benavrato garbhaha. I will be this way only. You better accept me as this way. Why don't you change? Khatam. देखो मीटिंग डिस्कनेक्टेड. इसको भी पसंद नहीं आया. ठीक है. Okay. Yadol Vena. So, this is for introspection individually. Which type of desires are of what guna? It is not for which type of people have what desires. I can have Rajoguna desires, Sattva-guna desires, I can have Tamoguna desires. And each of them requires different treatment. Suppose you have a mild throat problem, then simple at home, some gargling will work. Suppose it is a little more, you go to the doctor, 1 week antibiotic along with pathya. Suppose you go to the doctor and says no, so problem is either sattva problem, rajas problem or tamas problem. The effort required to do is sattva, rajas, tamas. Sadhana required to overcome it will also be that way. So we can have all the three types. Some of them can be sattva, some of them can be rajas, some of them can be tamas. More towards sattva is expected because then we are more alert and we know how to manage ourselves better. Okay, but going out of desire is what is expected first. If you want that to achieve, you pass through this path. But if that itself is not as a desire, I want to be desireless is not a desire to you, then none of the paths are useful. GPS works only when you want to travel. You simply don't take a GPS just to see idhar se road kitna lamba hai udhar, idhar se road kitna, no one sees that. It's of no use. So if you wish to travel, then you find out shortcut, long route but easy, find out which one, apply that and you will get the result. Okay, so how does it attack? And when it attacks, how to work on it? You identify how it has attacked. And so again, the technique is same, FIR, frequency and recovery. How frequently this desire is coming? What is the intensity of the desire? How am I able to recover out of it? This self-analysis across various desires are needed if you want to come out of it. Then you will do something for it. If you say, चलता है ये तो ऐसे ही बाद में देखा जाएगा. Right now this is not the priority. That will keep on. And that which is in Rajoguna will end up becoming Tamoguna. That time you will say, अब तो बिल्कुल बूढ़ा हूँ, गोली खाकर जीता हूँ, it is not required. छोड़ दो. अभी क्या करना है? चंद दिन तो बचे, छोड़ दो. अगला जन्म में देखेंगे. Don't forget, अगला जन्म में you will come with this gift only. समझ में आ रहा है? So better if you notice it, because you don't need anything more than just recognizing the enemy. Once you have recognized the enemy, I think that's a major win, because then you will automatically, things will start working inside. You will be sensitive about it, very sensitive about it. नहीं ये आ रहा है अंदर से, बोलते ना थोड़ा अभी बुखार आने का लग रहा है, कल तक बुखार आ जाएगा. You are aware of it, so then you start that time itself doing something like that. Only this raga dvesha bukhar is अंदर आने के बाद, the moment you leave it, that will move to क्रोधात् भवति सम्मोहः, सम्मोहात् स्मृति विभ्रमः, स्मृति भ्रंशात् बुद्धिनाशः, Buddhinashat pranashyati. Nip it at the bud at the first instance. That is what he is teaching. Is it clear? Very clear. And very, very useful, very meaningful. Dhumena vriyate vanni. Now, how does it work? He says, Avritam jnanametena jnanino nityavairina kamarupena kaunteya dushpurena analena cha. There is another one. One is different qualities of it, how it can attack. But once it attacks, what is its behavior? Whichever, it may be a mild one or it may be a strong one, what is its behavior? He is telling in the next one. Avritam jnanametena jnanino nityavairinam kamarupena kaunteya dushpurena nalena cha. Okay. Avritam jnanam etena. Okay. Jnaninaha nityavairina kamarupena kaunteya dushpurena analena cha. Okay. Avritam jnanam etena jnaninaha nityavairina kamarupena kaunteya dushpurena analena cha. The Anvaya, He Kaunteya, Nityavairina etena rupena, etena dushpurena kama rupena. He Kaunteya, Nityavairina etena dushpurena kama rupena cha analena jnaninaha jnanam avritam. Kaunteya. What is the vibhakti? Avritam jnana kama rupena kaunteya. What is the vibhakti? Vibhakti. Correct. He Kaunteya. Okay, so he is telling, He Kunti ka bete Arjuna, listen to me. बीच बीच में देखने का कि नहीं वो सो गया कि नहीं. हे Kaunteya. Okay, don't sleep, listen to me. Nityavairina. You know, Vairi means what? Correct? Vairi is Pullinga Shabda, Strilinga Shabda or Napumsakalinga Shabda? Strilinga. Enmity is Strilinga. I didn't say anything more. I only say enmity word is Strilinga. Vairina. Okay. Tritiya Ekavachananta. Vairina. Okay. Nityavairina. He added further. Always permanently an enemy. Permanent enemy. Who? Who is this Nityavairi? Okay. Etena. Etena means what? This. This refers to what? It's a pronoun. Kamaha. Etena kamaha nityavairina. तो वो बोलते हैं ना जानी दुश्मन एवरीडे का दुश्मन यू हैव टू बी वेरी केयरफुल वो कभी भी आएगा यू हैव टू बी एवर अलर्ट लिटिल कॉम्प्लेक्सी गया गया वो आ जाएगा यू डोंट हैव टू बॉदर जैसा बोले ना घर बंद रखा रोज साफ नहीं किया तो भी चलेगा आ जाएगा मिट्टी आ जाएगा Nityavairina. Okay. As dust is Nityavairi for asthmatic. Yes or no? Dust is Nityavairi. Pollen grains are Nityavairi for asthmatic. Same way, for certain people, Nityavairina it is. Who are these certain people? And he says, Jnani Naha. Who are Jnanis? Who are Jnanis? Who are, here we should consider Vedanta students first. Okay. Don't say, okay, it is Jnani. उन लोग के लिए, for Shankaracharya and Swami Paramarthananda के लिए, उन लोग के लिए, हमारे लिए हम तो अज्ञानी हैं. If you have entered and you have continued in Vedanta, this choice and desire in Vedanta is stronger than materialistic choice. That is why you are ready to give up that and come and learn for that period of time at least. So it clearly shows that we are more into Viveka, Dharma, Adharma, Nitya, Anitya, and for all of them, Nityavairina. Why we are jnanis? We know what is right and what is wrong. We are not blindly going like others, just doing whatever we want. No, we are not doing it. We are very, very calculative in our life. Apart from being calculative with our funds, we are also being calculative about our life. That time available is limited. I need to make the best use of it to get the best returns. That is why I am investing in Vedanta and not in material. So if you have to take care of that, then Nityavairina. For a doctor who is operating, for him infection is Nityavairina. Because he has decided that he will be in the operation theatre, and if he has an infection, over. Same way, students of Vedanta, Nityavairina Kamarupena. Is it clear? So we are all included. Otherwise, very nicely, conveniently looking at this, you will say,
Yes.
I am an exception. Okay, no exceptions. So, Nityavairina. हे कौन्तेय नित्यवैरिणा एतेन दुष्पूरेण analena. This analena and dushpurena has to come together. Dushpurena. Dushpura shabda. Tritiya ekavachananta is dushpurena. Pura means what?
In Hindi it's Shatru.
नहीं नहीं
To fill, one is Purna. Complete. To fill,
पूरा.
Pura.
That is why Puri is called Puri. Do you know why? Yeah, seriously. That's a very good analogy. You make the puri, put it into the oil. What happens? It starts fluffing. And then it fills. After that, it will start rotating there only. And then it will stop. Pura ho gaya. There is nothing more to achieve. So you remove it out as puri. It's complete. Okay. So, purena means filled up, complete, satisfied. Okay. What is the opposite of it? Dushpur, who is always dissatisfied, incomplete. In this parlance, you have to call it as unsatiated. Actually, it means that. Because he has used the word Mahashanaha. Mahashanaha means will keep on eating. Pet kabhi bhara nahi. Satiety value is never achieved. So dushpurena means never satisfied. कभी भी खत्म ही नहीं होने वाला. Like that, this one is a nityavairi. This nityavairi, kamaha, is ever dissatisfied. How it is ever dissatisfied? For that he gives an example. थोड़ा ऊपर से जा रहा है.
नहीं ठीक है.
Okay, I will read again what we have seen. He Kaunteya, Nityavairina etena bracket kamaha kamarupena etena kamarupena jnaninaha dushpurena analena. Here dushpurena I have given the meaning. Now comes analena as an example. Okay. What is anala? Fire. Anala is fire. What is anila? Why anala is called anala? Why fire is called anala?
Is no.
Okay. In Sanskrit, there is a word called alam. What is alam? Alam, enough. Alam, enough is alam. Okay. Opposite of alam will be what? Analam. Analam. Not enough. Okay. Fire is such a thing, if it is there, it will never be satisfied how much ever you give it. That is why everyone will say, where is the fire in your belly? They don't say, where is the acid in your belly? They say, where is the fire in your belly? Why? Fire never gets satisfied. That is the nature of it. That is why it is called anala. Okay. Keep on putting whatever you put, it will eat that. And if you are there, it will eat you also. If there is a fire, and if you are in between, it will eat you also. Khatam. And still it will not stop. The only way to stop it is stop feeding it. By feeding it, you can never stop. That is why he gives a Mahashanaha Analaha. इतना अकड़ है कि खाते खाते तुमको खत्म कर देगा लेकिन मुख शांत नहीं होने वाला. Enmity, fire, debt. Three things. Agnishesho, Rinashesho, Agnishesho, Shatrushesho, Tathaivacha. Punaf punaf vardhayante tasmat chesham na karayet. Something like this. Rinashesha, Agnishesha, Shatrushesha. Debt. If there is a remnant of debt. Shatrushesha, if the remnant of enmity. And Agnishesha, if there is remnant of fire. Punaf pravardante, it will find its own way to grow. That is why never keep remnant of that. उधर का उधर खत्म करके बंद कर दो उसको पूरा. That is why even in our home, before Agni coming, water is kept. फायर एक्सटिंग्विशर को पहला रखो, बाद में फायर को आह्वान करो. पानी को पहला रखो. No shesha. Should not be there. Because it will find its own way to grow. It will find its own way to grow and it will never get satisfied till it keeps on just consuming. That is why it is called anala. He says, Dushpurena analena. Pura is incomplete, like anala. This kamaha is dushpura, never satisfied, like the anala. The fire is never satisfied. You put anything in that, anything you want, you put, usko bas bhi karna. That is its job.
So basically he's saying the fire of karma will consume
It will consume. Nitya Vairina, keep your guard ready. Jnanino Nitya Vairina, why? Jnanam Avrutam. Etena Jnanam Avrutam. Jnani is called a Jnani because that Jnanam is available to him at all times. If that Jnanam is got Avrutam because of karma, he will no more be Jnani. Correct?
Yes.
So they have to be, if we have to be careful, they have to be million times careful about it. Okay, in Devi Mahatmyam, beautiful shloka runs. Jnaninam api chetamsi Devi Bhagavati hisa balad akrishya mohaya mahamaya prayachati. This is namaskara done by a jnani to Bhagavan, saying Jnaninam api chetamsi, including jnani's chetana. Bhagavati hi sa, being that Bhagavati, that jnani's chetana, balad akrishya mohaya, that Prakriti's akarsanam is so much, mahamaya prayachati, will just eat me also in that. That jnanam, if it has to be there, you cannot get completely lost into this Prakriti also. You have to know Prakriti is dependent on Purusha very clearly. What is that? Tattva-bodha? Tell me. Some ashraya and all that. Brahmashraya Sattva Rajas Tamo Gunatmika Maya Asti. So if you have to be in that Brahma, that you have to understand Prakriti is Ashraya on Brahma. There is Ashrita. What is the substratum? What is the question is, does the dress get its fame because of who is wearing it, or the person gets a fame because of the dress? Correct. Balad akrishya mohaya mahamaya prayachati. I can anytime get slipped off. That is a prayer by jnanis. Jnaninam api chetamsi. Jnaninam api. Although jnani still, मुझे बहुत डर है तुमसे, तेरे से दूर रहो. That is what he is writing here. Na? Dushpurena analena jnanina nitya vairina. So be careful about it. Does it make sense? Very clear? He says where it is going to attack, how it is going to attack, where you should be very, very careful about it. Okay, complete war tactics is teaching you. Understand your enemy, understand their strength, understand how they will attack, and then you prepare your counter attack to keep them at bay. Okay, now he is going to talk about the places where they attack. सबका अपना अपना एक रहता है ना, you know. Then all this comes. Swami Chinmayananda is very, very. Oh, stories याद रहते हैं हमें. Even you may forget this, but वो जो बोला वो stories बहुत याद रहते हैं. And to talk about this, he spent 45 minutes to tell the story. 45 minutes went in the story. And after that he came to this line. Cut it short, I will just give you what all he told. कोई जगह पे एक चोरी होता है. Okay. चोरी हुआ तो the person goes to complain to the police station. The whole drama about this chori is first told. They were sleeping at night, oh, everything gone. So he'll make a full drama out of it. And then this person goes running to the police station and says, मेरा इतना सब चोरी हुआ है, आप देखो, the person, the चोर इधर ही नजदीक किधर रहेगा, आप भागो इधर से. And this person देन अरे भाई वो लेजर लेके आओ, FIR लिखने दो. Then he will remove a pen. They will always write with a pencil. Then he also told that they will touch the tip to the tongue. Every police person does that. Why they do it, God knows. Then he will remove, and then it will, the point will go. फिर उसको sharpen करेगा. ये सब 45 मिनट में बहुत सारा स्टोरी है. I heard it when I was in 7th, but I remember it fully. Know the impact of such stories to get this topic perfectly. You can. Okay. Then after all that, he says, सब लिखे. He says, अम्मा जी तुम जाओ, हम देख लेंगे. What देख लेंगे? This person would have ran and gone already now so many miles, and you are sitting here, वो करो, ये करो, ऐसा करो. This police, अम्मा जी तुम जाओ, कल तक मिल जाएगा तुम्हारा चीज. Then he says, अच्छा, एक काम करो, वो रास्ते में जाओ, उधर तुमको ये मिलेगा, उसको पकड़ के लेके आओ. Says from what he has written, he knows who could be the probable chore and which is the route he will take to escape. वो चोरी करने का ढंग सब उसको मालूम पड़ गया है. The way he attacks, see, हर एक चोर का एक खासियत रहते हैं. How they, so he is actually understood all that in what she has told, and then he knows his job has actually become very easy. Like that, we will go to the next topic where it goes and attacks. Based on that, you will know what to take care, which we will continue in the next class. Okay, so we will start with the 40th shloka. Indriyani mano buddhi tasya asyadhishtana muchyate etair vimohayatyesha jnanamavritya dehinam. वो उधर जाके अटैक करते हैं और उधर से एनेस्थेशिया मार देते हैं. देखो, भांग जाएगा, अटैक करेगा, उधर एनेस्थेशिया देगा, उसके बाद आपका हाथ मुंह जो कर रहे हैं समझ में नहीं आएगा. है कि नहीं? दारू कैसे अटैक करते हैं, भांग कैसे अटैक करते हैं? इट गोज एंड अटैक्स वेयर इट हैज टू. आफ्टर दैट ऑल योर नर्व एंडिंग्स, ऑल्दो दे आर वर्किंग, यू आर नॉट कॉग्निजेंट ऑफ व्हाट इज हैपनिंग. दिस अटैक्स द सेम. काम रूपेण वहाँ अंदर बैठा हुआ भांग है, बाहर का भांग का जरूरत नहीं है. उससे दूर जाने के लिए लोग बाहर से भांग लेते हैं, या अंदर का भांग को मारने के लिए बाहर से भांग लेते हैं. थिंक अबाउट इट, बिकॉज दे नो हाउ इट इज अटैकिंग देम. ओके, which we will see it in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Yo Namaha Hari Om. Right. So I think next class we will complete all the four. We can complete the next, and chapter 3 will more or less get to it. Right. ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.